Hi, everyone. I am recording a short intro on my phone. I don't have time right now to set up the microphones and set up all of that stuff because I am still on maternity leave and in full-time mom mode, now a mother of two. And today we're doing a replay episode. You could probably hear my son yelling at me in the background about forgiving ourselves. And if we think about forgiveness in terms of frequency and emotions in terms of frequency, we have guilt and shame at the very bottom of the frequency chart. And so it is essential if we want to live the fullest expression that I believe Jesus created us to live, we have got to let go of guilt and shame. And if you think about it, guilt and shame are so intrusive. They can get into every area of our lives and dictate our behavior and the way we think about ourselves and the way we think about others, the way we think about life in general, the way we see things. And so if we can let go of guilt and shame through forgiving ourselves, it truly can change the way we see the world and the way that we see ourselves. And so I hope that this episode, which again is a replay, I think it might be a replay from my self-worth podcast. I can't even remember, again, full-time mom mode and mom brain. But I hope that this encourages you and helps you to see yourself in a new, higher frequency light. So much love to you all. I look forward to creating fresh episodes again and updating you guys on everything we have going on and what we have planned for the podcast in the future. Light and love and huge hugs from us. All right. I want to talk today about the importance of forgiving yourself. Now, you may not feel like you have a need to forgive yourself. Maybe you are really satisfied with the way your life is going and the decisions that you've made. And I honestly hope that that is the case. I want that for you. However, if you do struggle with guilt, shame, self-doubt, fear, anger, and any other low vibrational emotions that prevent you from really embodying the amazingness of who you are, then this episode is for you. I mentioned last week that I'm reading the book, The Disappearance of the Universe by Gary Renard. This book goes into depth about forgiveness and Jesus and how the Holy Spirit wants to bring us back to Jesus through the healing of our minds. And I'm finding the book to be pretty revolutionary and life-changing. It is not a religious book. It is a relationship book. It is about communal connection with the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit, Jesus, however you want to label it. I highly recommend reading it if you do feel called. Again, it's called The Disappearance of the Universe by Gary Renard, and it is linked in the show notes. And in this book, it talks about how we as humans are direct extensions of God. God created us, therefore we are literally made in the image of God. And God, because God is perfect, cannot create anything that isn't perfect. Therefore, we are perfect right now, in this moment. There is nothing we can do to separate ourselves from the love of God. However, and this is where the book is pretty revolutionary, it purports that God did not actually create this earth experience we are living in, that God didn't even create earth. The reason is because God is perfect and God cannot create anything that isn't perfect. The book says that God created souls to have experiences outside of himself. And along the way, we souls wondered what it would feel like to be separate from God. And because we are creationary beings, we started creating this experience of being separate from God. Not actual separation, but the illusion of separation. And so we created this wild simulation we're experiencing right now on Earth. We are souls having a human experience with this false belief that we are separate from God. But the truth is, our true selves are never separate from God. That's an impossibility because we are part of God since God created us. Are you with me? And in this wild simulation or illusion or dream that we are living in, The book outlines how we come into this world with this subconscious guilt that we have chosen separation from God. And that subconscious guilt is something we carry and that pours over into our lives in every area until we become conscious of it and choose to heal it. So for instance, assuming there is truth to what this book is saying, we feel innately guilty from the time we become aware because we feel like the decision we made to seemingly separate ourselves from God and come to this planet was an awful decision. And we feel like we betrayed our Creator, so we feel unclean or sinful, if you want to put a religious term to it. And then this book goes on to say, we created ourselves an ego to protect us from this guilt. Is this resonating, guys? The ego is our false self. It loves to operate out of low vibrational frequencies like fear, guilt, doubt, shame, blame, etc. And to protect itself, the ego subconsciously projects its pain onto others. And this ego operation distracts us from ourselves. It distracts us from the truth of who we are. The ego says we are a body. We are separate. But the Holy Spirit says we are not a body. We are one with God. The ego does everything it can to protect its identity. The Holy Spirit invites us to understand that there is no such thing as an identity. Not truly. We are just living in an illusion and projecting. Whether you believe this or not, it's pretty interesting stuff, right? And healing takes place via the Holy Spirit when we can see this illusion and become aware of it. And then step by step, forgive others and ourselves of the false belief that we are separate. Meaning, whatever you are holding against someone, you are holding against yourself because we are all one. Whatever someone is holding against you, they are holding against themselves because we are all one. If you want to heal your life and feel inner peace, then forgiveness is a giant part of that process. Both forgiveness for others and for yourself. So here are 5 reasons forgiving yourself will shift everything. Today's episode of The Freak Show is supported by Ancestral Supplements. With Ancestral Supplements, you can now add back the dense nutrition the human body craves to optimally support a vibrant life and experience improvements in energy, immunity, strength, gut and digestion, endurance, memory, vitality, sleep, and much, much more. One of the most dense sources of nutrition on the planet, their beef liver supplements aid the liver in optimizing the body's metabolic functions, helps to detoxify the body, and is integral to supporting a healthy immune system. If you don't know where to start with Ancestral Supplements, because they do have a large library of supplements, I would say start with the liver. I would also say they have a free consultation that you can take advantage of, and I would highly recommend that you do. I have emailed with them multiple times, and they have helped me tailor a supplement plan specific for my needs and health goals. Ancestral Supplements' ultra high quality liver formula is loaded with vitamins, minerals, proteins, and healthy fats that support collagen synthesis, think skin, hair, and connective tissues, immune health, and heart, brain, and liver health. Our early ancestors knew this, which is why their traditional diets included the frequent and nourishing consumption of this nutritional powerhouse. Just the liver supplement provides powerful energy, vibrant skin, fertility and fetal development, strong bones, brain power, robust immunity, strength and endurance, eye and vision health, methylation and detoxification. It's amazing, right? So amazing. Ancestral Supplements has generously offered our freak community 10% off of your first purchase with code BECKON10. Again, that's code BECKON10, BECKON 10 at ancestralsupplements.com for 10% off your first purchase. I know you are going to love this supplement company as much as Sam and I do. I have my mom on the supplements. I occasionally open the capsules and sneak some of the nutrition into my son's food. It is just next level supplementation. All right. Thank you. Enjoy. And now back to the show. Number 1, the innate subconscious insecurity you feel around being who you are is just the ego's way of helping you believe that you are separate. That insecurity around who you are, the feeling that is opposite of having self-worth, is a farce. It's not real. It's rooted in self-protection and furthering the illusion that we are separate from God and separate from one another. We are not separate from God. We are not separate from one another. So when those feelings of insecurity bubble up, you can say, "Hi, ego. Thank you so much for trying to protect me. I forgive you for doing so. I choose to believe that I am a perfect extension of God and that there is absolutely nothing innately wrong with me or sinful. Thank you so much for trying to protect me. I forgive you." How do you think believing this would make you feel? That you are innately wonderful. A little lighter on a day-to-day basis, perhaps, you think? Okay, number 2, second reason forgiving yourself will shift everything. Forgiving yourself makes it a lot easier to forgive others and vice versa. I find that the people I come across who are the most judgmental of others are also the most judgmental of themselves. And the people who hold on to grudges the longest are also unrelenting with themselves. Do you want to undo that? Then undo it. When you feel like you messed something up, laugh it off. Do what you can to make it right. And if you can't do anything to make it right, then try and do better next time. But ultimately, if we believe what this book is saying, this illusion we are living in will never, ever be perfect. Ever. It's not designed to be perfect. It's designed to let us mess up so we can learn and grow and heal and forgive. Does that make sense? So forgiving yourself for any perceived grievance will allow you to forgive others so much faster because we are all connected and we are all one. Forgiving others allows you to forgive yourself. Number 3, forgiving yourself will free up a whole lot of energy. Ever wake up late and start beating yourself up immediately? I started to do that this morning. Once the negative self-talk starts, if we allow it to keep going, it's really hard to get out of it. And before we know it, we have been berating ourselves all day, all week, all month, all year, all our lives. Do you want to turn that around? If you're still listening, I know that you do. Then forgive yourself for waking up late. It happens. Obviously, your body needed sleep. Maybe that's exactly what you needed, and you're beating yourself up for absolutely no reason. Those little moments when we speak negatively to ourselves for waking up late, or being less than kind, or skipping the gym, or eating the wrong thing, or forgetting to do something, those seemingly mundane moments are amazing opportunities to practice forgiveness on a small scale. Tell yourself, I'm doing my best in this moment, and I will have more opportunities in the future to choose differently. Many, many more. But for now, it's no big deal. Life is not that serious. What would it feel like to speak to yourself this way? How would your daily life shift if you didn't take it so seriously? Number 4, forgiving yourself creates space for new layers of healing. Healing doesn't come through hate or fear or any low frequency feelings. Healing comes through love, joy, awareness, contemplation, etc. Do you think you can experience deeper levels of healing if you are operating out of a belief that there is something innately wrong with you? Do you think you can experience these deeper levels of healing if you believe that you are less than perfect, or that you are unworthy, or that you are not worthy of expansion and a healed life? No. Forgiving ourselves makes room for self-love. And not the kind of self-love where you sit in admiration of yourself in an ego-inflated way, but self-love that looks like giving yourself the time and opportunity and space to prioritize your own soul in this life. Self-love that paves the way for forgiving others to take place because you've forgiven yourself for your perceived faults. Self-love that gets curious about healing and bringing more activities that create joy into your life. It's hard to create the life you want when you are living in a cycle of self-abuse. Creating a beautiful life is really hard to do if we dislike ourselves. Does that make sense? So forgiving yourself ushers in waves of space for love and higher vibrational frequencies. Okay, number 5, forgiving yourself makes life so much more fun. Life is not nearly as serious as we think it is. My husband and I were talking about that in bed the other night, and we agreed that we both take our lives far too seriously, and we don't need to. Forgiving yourself for not measuring up to your impossible standards creates space for you to actually enjoy the work you're doing. I would argue it makes you more productive, and the joy you feel in doing the work will create flow, and that flow will create more aligned opportunities. Forgiving yourself for everything will make you feel brand new. You will walk with a pep in your step like you have never experienced before. And look, I'm practicing this myself right now. I am hard on myself. I've been hard on myself for as long as I can remember. And I feel like I should be farther along than I am right now. But when I look at this through the lens of forgiveness, I realize that everything I've done has led me to exactly where I am right now, speaking to you through this microphone. And I love my life. I love the opportunity to be able to do the work that I'm doing. What happened in the past is also the past, and I cannot go back. I can, however, choose differently in the future. Do you want to be defined by your past, or do you want to focus on building a beautiful future? For me, it's the latter. So I'm choosing every single day to ease up on myself and not take my life so dang seriously. This forgiveness thing is changing me from the inside out. So in sum, the 5 reasons forgiving yourself will shift on everything. Number 1, the innate subconscious insecurity you feel around being who you are is just the ego's way of helping you believe that you are separate. And if you let go of this, it will create so much space for you on a day-to-day basis. There's nothing innately wrong with you. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are loved. Number 2, forgiving yourself makes it a lot easier to forgive others and vice versa. Number 3, forgiving yourself will free up a whole lot of energy in your life. A whole lot of energy. Forgive yourself for everything, especially the little things that build up and make you feel less than perfect. Number 4, forgiving yourself creates space for new layers of healing. We can't get to those deep layers if we're focused on the little things that we perceive we are not doing right. So free up that space so you can go layer by layer by layer and heal everything. Number 5, forgiving yourself makes life so much more fun because you're not carrying around all that toxicity and self-hatred. Do you understand why this forgiveness business is so revolutionary? It's like the foundation of positive change and real self-worth and healing. I want to leave you with this question. What would it feel like to forgive yourself for all your perceived shortcomings? And spoiler alert, those perceived shortcomings are all ego-based and keeping you in the false belief that we are separate from our perfect creator. But we are not. And you are perfect as you are because you are an extension of our perfect creator. So much love and forgiveness to all of you. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for listening to The Freak Show with Sam Thurmond and me, Jaclyn Steele Thurmond. We would love to connect with you via our website, beckonliving.com, and on social media.
You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at Beck and Living, and you can join our email list to receive uplifting messages, podcast and business updates, and discounts on high-frequency products just for our freaky community.
Cheers to high-frequency living.